Warning, if you're attempting to climb to Legend in Hearthstone this season, you better bring a winter coat. I just want to give a huge thank you to everyone who helped us reach 8,500 subscribers, because guess what? If we get 500 more by the end of this month, then I'm giving away 3 mini set bundles, but if we can somehow reach 10k in the next 10 days, actually, I think we got less than 10 days to make this happen, then I will be giving away 6 mini bundles. So if you guys like this kind of content, feel free to like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel to be notified about our future update, as well as a way to support the channel for free. But the reason why you guys are going to have to bring a winter coat if you plan on playing Hearthstone the next couple days is because, well, aside from my rank 1 clickbaits, I actually don't have clickbait for you guys today. Big Banter Face hit rank 1 legend with his take on Frost Death Knight, and honestly, his take on Frost Death Knight is exactly what Fino has been talking about for the past couple of days, to where just look at these stats. Just look at these unbelievable stats. It's kind of hard because I'm taking up a bit of this, but this is the Priest matchup. This is the Hunter match. I'm sorry, this is Hunter, this is Priest, this is Imp Warlock and Curse Warlock and whatnot. But what you should be paying attention to is not these specific matchups, but notice how every single matchup is literally green. Every matchup is actually favorable for the Frost Death Knight now, and that is because of the location. Even Blood Death Knight, which was supposed to be like the deck to counter Frost Death Knight, is now barely above is barely at 53%, so it's not even favorable anymore. And well, it's just like, this has been like the talking point over the past couple of days, because Ridiculous Hat ended up posting this when Savitz made a post talking about how Neptulon, it pushed Evolve Shaman down, but it's still counterable, and DK location is nuts. Frost DK seems like it's the best deck. There are a lot of people saying this is the best deck right now. Even Norwis, who only plays Priest. This is what he has argued as the top best decks of the meta, and I'm going to move myself here for a second so you guys see that it is, in fact, Frost DK, and I haven't even shown you guys the list yet, but I think you guys already know what the list is. But just to continue my point, Frost DK, Evolved Shaman, Phylactery Warlock, and Miracle Rogue with Draka seem to be the best decks performing at top Legend. And then you would have, like, the rest of these decks, I would say, are all good in order to climb Legend 2, at least. You have Thief Rogue, you have Unholy Death Knight, you have Boon Priest, which is still not dead somehow, you have Ping Mage. In Tier 3, according to Norwis, you have Blood DK, you have somehow Control Warrior with the Jailer and Ozomat. I might have to give this a try if he's regarding the deck this highly. Then there's Undead Priest, and then there's Pure Paladin. So these would be like the best decks to grind with, according to someone who actively hits single-digit Legend and finishes single-digit Legend. And just to prove my point even more, let's look at the Hearthstone meta. Since Return of Naxxramas, all regions, top 1000 Legend, Frost DK, Frost DK, Frost DK, Frost DK, Shaman barely on top, but Frost DK, and then Shaman on top again, but then Frost DK. And it's even represented in the deck's win rate as well. The deck's win rate is obscene. Top Legend, 59%. Top Legend. These decks don't have as many games, but then you look at the deck that has the most amount of games, 2,400. It's Frost DK, sitting at 59%. Diamond, what do you expect, guys? It's gonna be Frost DK, Shamans, Frost DK, and Frost DK. So let's actually look at the list now that I've held it from you guys for so long. But again, this is a list that I already highlighted in my top 5 decks video, and everyone has been talking about this deck because of the synergies between Egg and Construct Quarter. Again, I crafted this card Golden for a reason, because it is the best card in Death Knight right now. And the reason why this card pushed Death Knight over the edge in the Frost department is because the only thing that this deck was missing, and I mean the only thing that this deck was missing before this mini set, was a good 1-drop. The 1-drops that we were running were like Vicious Slither Spear, and it's not that Vicious Slither Spear is a bad card, but this card doesn't compare to the rest of the 1-drops that you have now. Arms Dealer may be a 1-2, but it synergizes with the entirety of your deck. Body Bagger gives you a corpse in order to make room for the Marrow Manipulator, which finally sees play in this deck now. And then, most importantly, you have the Egg, of course, which works with the Construct Quarter. But the point that I'm trying to make is that your 1-drops are super awkward, to where if you didn't have Bonebreaker, you really didn't care about your turn 1. Your turn 2 obviously still has Harbinger of Winters and whatnot, but now we can include Acolyte of Deaths, since the reason why we're doing this is for cards like Horn of Winter to be more useful, as well as an active card draw tool this deck really doesn't have too much of. Like, you do have Harbinger of Winter, you do have Overseer of Frigidara, but like, that mid-game card draw is very important, to where you're gonna have cards like this. You're gonna have Nerubian Vizier and School Teacher be very important to give you those scam cards in the mid-game in order to either remove the board, stall the board, or do something. And then, of course, make it to the Frostworm Fury turn. This is the reason why this deck is performing so well, is because if you make it to turn 7 against most decks, you are going to beat them. And what are you doing against most decks now? You're actively playing minions, you're actively trading into the board. So getting to turn 7 is actually not that much of a steep requirement now. I still want to try and fit a Might of Minithel in here somehow. But according to the players that are playing this deck, like, the deck just doesn't need it. Because it used to be you would want this card in order to stall on turn 6 in order to make room for your Frostworm Furies, but kind of going in this direction that I've been talking about where we have more 1-drops and more tempo, we don't need to play that game plan now because we're actively fighting for the board and actively killing our opponents before turn 7. So I would argue that if you want the best deck to hit Legend, as well as the best deck to potentially hit rank 1 Legend, Frosty K is looking like it's the nuts, and it looks like this deck is going to get nerfed to some capacity. And if I'm going to be honest, everyone is talking about nerfing Construct Corner, and I do believe this is the card to hit, but there are 3 possible ways that you can nerf this card. One would be to bump it up to 4 mana, which I don't imagine happening. And the reason why I don't imagine that happening is because all the locations are 3 mana or less. This is a very powerful effect, but I don't think they want to bump it up to 4 mana. So what I think that they need to do is that they either need to nerf it one of 2 ways. You can nerf it to Durability 2, which I don't believe solves the card. I still believe it makes the card, you know, still as good as it is because the early turns are what's killing people. What you might need to do is just make it into a 4/4. If this was a 4/4 minion, then it would be significantly less easy for us to get these valuable trades against like other 4/4s. Plus, if there's a 4-attack minion, we don't get that value trade. Going into each other, these trades are also very important, so you don't need Arms Dealer. The other way to nerf it would be just to nerf it the way they did Wellpalm, though, make it into a 3/5. But I don't know, dude. I don't think that really solves the problem with this card. All this does is solve it kind of solves this against the mirror, because then you don't have 4/5s trading into each other as easily as 3/5s. I don't know. I think 4/4 would be the best way to nerf this if you're trying to, like, bring back the power level of the card. But if you're just trying to dial it back, making it into a 2 durability is absolutely fine. But I don't think it solves the problem with the card that it currently is presenting to the meta right now. But if you guys want the best deck to climb the Legend with, Frost DK is definitely the way, and I hope that with all the data and all of the tweets that I showed you, that you guys are convinced that this is the best deck in the format. But I am happy to slap the rank 1 Legend gem on this thumbnail and ship it to you guys, because trust me, this is actually the best deck in Hearthstone, and I don't believe that's an exaggeration or clickbait or anything that people are just going to say because this is the best deck. No, this is actually the best deck right now. And if you guys would actually like to learn this deck, go ahead and check out twitch.tv/ClarkHellScream, because I am streaming this deck right now, and I'm probably going to be only playing this deck all day because I'm going to be trying to restore my ranks. I've not been too kind to my rankings, so we're going to spend all day playing this deck. So if you have questions about the Mulligan, questions about how to actually play this deck, if you are watching this video right now within like the first like 6 hours of this video being released, go ahead, go to my Twitch stream, and ask me any questions that you have about the deck. Or if you really want to, go ahead and check the link down below where I have a Mulligan guide on Hearthstone explaining this deck in great detail. And if you enjoy this kind of content, feel free to like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel to be notified about any of our future updates. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this deck intro, and we'll see you for the next video. Alright, well, get my right deck tracker out. I think I actually fixed it to where it now switches automatically, so I don't have to worry about going and checking deck tracker every other minute. We can do like switching every loss without any problems. And I think that's probably what we're going to do today. I think I'm just going to switch every loss just to play the good Death Knight decks and just see what works better. Because, like, this card is just so damn good, dude. It's just so broken. It's just so busted. There was even, like, a reason to say, like, I could have waited to play this, so that way I can try to do, like, this and that. Because, yeah, I could play around Bonebreaker. Well, that's a little bit unfortunate. But there's plenty of 1-drops to go around. I have nothing to worry about. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this, commit location, and then we'll probably do boop into boop. Get the card draw. Get the minion. Oh, this is annoying. Well, I could bring out a minion. Is that ever worth it? Because then I can actually like school teach it the next turn. I think that actually is worth it. This is a good use of the Horn of Winter, just to summon a 4/5, you know? I would not be surprised to see this location go to two durability. All right, so there you go. Oh, he's doing the same thing I did. Okay. I don't know if this was worth it here because I needed it to play the minion. You're just doing this to protect the 1/3. I don't know if I 100% agree with that reasoning. So I guess we're just gonna have to go wide here. Now that he doesn't have this online next turn. We can set up Acolyte of Death a little bit more meaningfully with hero power. Save this for when we need a random card.
Reach for the skies.
Okay, this is unfortunate if it's the minion, and it does, but I hit egg. I think that's worth floating the mana just because it gets this online. I can still trade into here. I've got my 3/3. If I would have gotten a 1-drop, that would have been kind of better, I think. But yeah, we'll not trade into this, just so that way our board is a little bit wider. Now we've got Marrow going into next turn as well. This is actually really good, dude. School Teacher could be used to like find some kind of scam, but I still don't know what I want from it. But he's running out of options, and I'm just about to go boom, 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 boom. Sure. Damn, dude. Well, impressive, but as long as I fully clear here, that's all that matters. Please and thank you. 1. Come on, dude. Oh, really? Why? Why? Why can't I get a simple 1, 2, 3? And now my 5/5 dies to the board at hand. Oh no. Oh no. Everything is disaster, dude. Everything that could have gone bad went bad. Everything that could have gone wrong went wrong here. Hope you're having a good one. Thanks for stopping on by as we try not to lose our sanity so early, you know, but sometimes that just happens. I think it's time to get a Noggling. Card draw is important, but at the same time, I need to kill this board. So this can go here. Give me the egg. This goes here. I get another minion. I am now going wider. If you top deck Frostwyrm Fury, so help me Lord. Yo, what's going on, Dante? What's going on, Cam? What's going on, Josho? Good to have y'all here. As we're getting today started just right with only Death Knights. That's right. I'm going back to what I originally said that I would do. I'm gonna start playing Death Knight more often. And it's not just because it's good. It's because I'm actually having fun deck building with it. I found this archetype that I really want to try today, and I think it's gonna tickle a lot of your guys' fancy. Oh, ho, ho, ho. That's right. I know what those phrases mean. Okay, there's Frostwyrm Fury, so that's the game right there. A GG. Frost DK really good. But if I only play Death Knight for the next month, there is that. But I mean, it is something that I want to do. I mean, I'm doing all right. Like I hit 500 not too long ago, and I think I'm at like what, like 520, 530. Yeah, almost 530. Yeah, not bad, dude. I had a beautiful moment happen today, and I'm so mad that I couldn't do more with it. So, ooh, okay, hold on a minute. So, hold on. What do I actually keep in my mulligan with this deck? According to the charts, it says that Orbs Dealer, Construct Quarter, Foul Egg, Body Bagger, Harbinger of Wit, and Bonebreaker are the cards you keep. Everything else is irrelevant. Oh my god, only 8%? Okay, yeah, so it's not keep Horn, apparently. Wait, we want to keep the Arms Dealer, obviously. Maybe we keep the Skeletal Sidekick? I mean, it's got pretty good mulligan win rate stats, but I think I'm just gonna go in for the good card. Construct Quarter, 2 broken. Okay, but as I was saying, as I got distracted by this wonderful mulligan, I'll play my 1-drop and then I'll show you guys. Boom. So I ended up finding Puzzle Box of Yogg-Saron as Death Knight. Is this viewable? Okay, here we go. So I was playing Runeless Death Knight, and I found the Puzzle Box of Yogg-Saron because I play Murloc Holmes in my deck, and this mage played Terror Reality. And I hate to inform that the box was the most underwhelming box I think I've ever seen in my Hearthstone career. I am very sad to report that this box was hot garbage. This is what the box was. All right. I emote him. You know, I need 6 damage. You know, that's a fireball. That's a pyroblast. That's anything. But I want you guys to just look, okay? Pride's Fury, sketchy information, flurry. The game didn't want to give it to me, but at the same time, I had Convoke Spirits, okay? Convoke Spirits, and I've already told you that this was the worst box that I've ever seen in my competitive Hearthstone career. Alright? It's still going. What else could happen? What else could happen? Okay, it gave me 4 attack after I swung. No big deal. Very upsetting. And that's it. The box didn't even give me a board, but it played three Pride's Furies. It played 3 Pride's Furies, dude. Because I'm a genius with Murloc Holmes. Had an awesome moment yesterday playing Warlock versus a Mage. Alright, well this is really good. Get rid of that brand. I have no idea what you're playing. This is probably some kind of like curse lock or something. I don't know. That didn't have the early game. All they had to do was send everything face, but it couldn't resist the flex board clear. Dude, sometimes your mage opponent's just not gonna think, man. They'll see a board for Flame Strike, and it's like, I have lethal on board. I'm just gonna do it. You know, you've done it before. I've done it before. We've all messed up in that way, you know. I have too many bots that conflict with each other, and I never know how they work. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I think I'm just gonna maximum tempo. Just play everything. Damage is damage. But we just gotta hit him in the face here. I'm not gonna swing this because like we could save it for next turn. But we'll have more corpses die. We have the Mara Manipulator ready to go. Then we have this. Oh, is he shallow graving it? Okay, that's much better. For me. For me, I should say. Is he mistaken me? Or himself? Okay, he tapped last. It was obviously himself. So if I were to boop here, and then try to hit a clear at the Marrow, Marrow needs to hit 3 times, and it could still summon the other card pretty easily. Is it ever just try to transform it and just, you know, giga roll him? Because if I do miss, I have like this into this, and then I can freeze and then maybe set up something else, but I don't know if I like that play much better. Like, this just allows me to transform and just, like, bypass it. But I think I just would rather kill it. So I think I'm just going to do this instead. Wait on the attack, see if it happens or not. Okay, so it doesn't happen, which means I don't have to hit it and I don't have to clear it. And if he decides to shallow grave it, the only thing that's bad is another Flesh Behemoth. But I don't think Flesh Behemoth draws into Flesh Behemoth because that's busted. So we'll chill. I've got this other weapon ready to go too, so boop into boop into boop into boop. The good old boop and boop. But YouTube is banging right now, and I'm gonna try and help it bang even more. We're doing a giveaway. I'm gonna give away 3. But if we reach 10K YouTube subscribers by the end of this month, I'm giving away 6. You know, 2 3s. Because you know, everything is always better in a pair. Oh my, see what I mean about things in pairs? Look at that. Thank you, game, for setting up this very obvious joke, but I don't care. Oh wait, hold on, was that only, oh wait a minute, I should have played this, that would have been 2 extra damage. Okay, I'm a dum-dum, but it's fine. Because I've got this into this. Is this technically undead? It is undead. Yeah, we could have done 2 more, and it actually would have made a difference. It literally would have been game winning here. It literally would have been game winning here, but now I have to wait another turn. I'm a dum-dum. Is there a way that I can find lethal? I could find lethal from this. I'm so good.
Pick me! Reach for the
I'm just so good at video games. What can I tell you? Even when I misplay, the game just doesn't allow it to happen. Okay, the game doesn't allow me to lose. And when this happens, it's a fantastic feeling. Egg was like almost good enough to see play, and now it's just, it literally sees play in Frost of all classes, when it literally wasn't even good enough to be considered. But now the deck is so aggressive and fights for a board so quickly. So if I can just find either the location or a 2-drop, then this will be worth it. So many Death Knights, man. So little time. I'm honestly hoping that I can beat another Death Knight with the Runeless DK. So we're just gonna farm these other Death Knights. Oh, wait a minute. Are they playing my list? Wait a minute. Are they playing my blood list? Are they doing something else? I'm going for a maximum card draw here. Just literally 0 mana, draw a card, I guess. Yeah, it looks like it's similar to my blood deck. It's got the banker in it. If they play like Famish Fools, if they play okay, I didn't have Scorpid in my list. I did not run Scorpid, so it's not my list. So I want to say that it's safe to assume this is some kind of like Exodia Death Knight. Always lucky. This is why I love to keep this card whenever I have a 1-drop. Everything else just fleshes out when you play this on 4. It's devastating. Although if I go any wider, it's going to be an issue for Blood Boil to come back. It's going to be an issue for me. Oh, freaking what? Ow, healing for 3. I almost want to play an Arms Dealer. I think I'm just going to do this in order to maximize card draw. No point in playing this, though. But if I want to play around Blood Boil, doesn't really matter where this attacks, honestly. Okay. Heals for 10. I get this card draw. I'll have these ready to go. And swing and a miss. Dude, this deck actually feels like disgusting. I didn't realize how good Frost Death Knight was. Like, I knew that it was good statistically. But my god, now that I'm actually like sitting with it. Yeah, this guy just got destroyed. All I needed was a hero power to win that game. Jesus, dude. I mean, he really didn't do anything. He played a banker and then played clergy. This probably was some kind of Reno Death Knight, in all honesty.